So it is time to take a look at the new Tier 4 premium vehicles, and honestly, there is one tank that I'm very excited about, and it is the tank destroyer of this platoon. But first, I'll be taking a look at the T-34-85 S-53, which is very interesting little vehicle. Now it has 85mm main gun, top speed 55 km per hour, reverse 80 km per hour. It is about 32 tons, 5 crew members, 148mm is the penetration, reload 7.4 seconds. It has a very nice frontal stylium plate, but this vehicle does rely more on the maneuverability and does rely on cover. The armor can be penetrated, but it is a T-34, and I think at this moment we all know how much of let's say how much this armor can troll. I've bounced this vehicle with a Tiger 2, I've bounced it with a SU-100Y, and I bounced it with the ISU-122. So yeah, if the snail doesn't want you to penetrate, you will not penetrate. But yeah, joke aside, let's see how this thing will work, and let's see how this thing will perform in combat. Now, this vehicle does have a very interesting main gun. Does seem like it performs like the main gun on the KV-220. Has a PHE-BC and a PHE as well as high explosive. And talking about the devil, there's a KV, and ooh, that's how you kill a KV, by the way. You shoot it right in the driver's hatch, and that was a good kill. Now you can penetrate most of the vehicle. This gun is very reliable, and overall the main problem that I had with this vehicle is, well, I technically didn't have any problems, to be honest. It played like a T-34. It is a T-34, a slightly modified T-34, but nonetheless it is still a T-34, and it is one of the better vehicles in the tier. This is a tier 4 vehicle, so you can fight up until tier 6, so technically you can meet a T-29, although I've noticed that in most cases I have usually been in tier 4 5. You can penetrate a Tiger 2 in the turret, so penetration of this vehicle is honestly not a big problem. Maneuverability is fantastic. Ammo is really good. I mean, explosive AP ammo is one of the best ammo types that we can have, so it is a all-around very good vehicle. Now the main gun's accuracy is okay. At first I actually thought that this gun would be, a bit inaccurate, but I was proven wrong by how well it worked. Very easy to hit the weak spot that you're aiming for, and also I'm using manual zoom. With this vehicle you can do sniping easily. The manual zoom is really good for that job, although the auto zoom also has its own, I guess, use, but I usually use auto zoom when I'm driving a vehicle with 80 GMs with missiles, since it's much easier to guide and aim at the same time that way. Although you can also use the manual zoom with a 80 GM. I guess that depends from player to player, personal preference. I have 4 kills. The side armor, that was a good hit. If you can technically angle and play the vehicle the same way as, let's say, you play a KV. The tracks can eat shells, and the side armor, if angled, it can bounce shells. In mid tier and low tier you can easily angle and you can bounce shells. Low tier, mid tier is honestly much more fun because you don't have to worry about, I mean, you can angle the vehicle, and honestly it's much more fun to drive around these vehicles than playing top tier. Top tier, whoever gets the first shot basically just wins. And as players already mentioned before, top tier is quite campy, which is true, by the way. You play top tier by camping basically. Why is that the case? Well, that's just how the tanks work. Very similar, because that's almost how real life stuff works as well. Whoever gets the first shots and whoever has the better position basically is going to, well, destroy the opposite vehicle. That was a good bombing run. This bomber is very weird, very odd. I'm trying to, oh look, I might have a chance to shoot at that bomber, at the fighter that's trying to chase me. This plane looks very interesting. I like it. Oh there they are. It has dual mounted machine guns, and that was a nice kill actually, just on time, beautiful. Okay. Now let's move a little bit forwards, and I have 7 kills, by the way. That was a good round, honestly. 7 kills. Time for me to move a bit forward. Honestly, the T-34 in general in this game, it's a decent vehicle. I think the T-34-87 might be a bit odd because it has that very small gun, but that very small gun is not completely useless. It actually does do a very good job. Has a very good reload, does have some decent penetration. And if you're wondering what I'm doing here, I'm just testing out the sensitivity. For some reason, I mean, I don't know what the snail did for the last like week or so. My sensitivity was all over the place. It felt very too fast, and the display basic was responding to the smallest inputs, which was very weird at the time, and now it seems fixed. Not really sure what happened there, but yeah, my sensitivity was off the charts, and I'm not really sure if that's like if I only had a problem, but if you did have some sensitivity problems, tell me. I'm very curious if it's just me. And let's go to the next match. I'm still testing out the sensitivity, just because it feels weird. Maybe I'm just maybe I need some new options. I mean, my sensitivity options are very low. I might have to actually lower it a bit more. We will see what I'll do. I started to prefer low sensitivity, just more accurate. Used to play games with high sensitivity back in the day. Those days are long gone now. I can't do the same thing. My response times have been horrendous. I'm getting old, I know. Response time is directly attributed to age, and yeah, been gaming a long time on a lot of different games. Now with this vehicle you can go and position yourself in this little position, one of my favorite positions actually. You do have a very good view on the whole map in this case. Well, not exactly the whole map, but you control the most important aspects of the map. This side I would say is more crucial than the other one, because this side does have a very good opening, and you can basically just yeet a shell right close to the enemy spawn point, and you can get some kills early on. You also do have some protection with those rocks, but you still have to be careful, since you do have I mean, the turret on the T-34-85 in general is kind of a weak spot. Ironically, the back of the turret and the sides of the turret are more difficult to penetrate than the front. I know that's just weird, but it is how it is. I've shot at T-34-85 at the back of the turret with a lot of vehicles. It bounces. I've shot the side, it bounces. You shoot the gun mantlet, it will go in. So it's a very weird little more detail about this thing, but yeah, the turret is protected by a fine layer of stellinium, and it it just, yeah, don't shoot it at the turret. Just try to shoot at the turret ring or side or even the engine if this thing's facing that way too. That was a disgusting hit, by the way. A snapshot. I actually feel bad for the Tiger because I did not even spend like a second to aim. I just saw where the shell will fly and just clicked fire. Oh my god, a second nasty hit. Yeah, I never let me play on medium settings and 120 frames per second. I haven't used these options in a while, and I actually started to remember why I used this option in the first place. It's just really good. Medium 120 FPS, honestly the best combination for this game for maximum accuracy and for basically best overall game performance. I had insane doubts with this vehicle. Well, not with this vehicle, but with these options. It works flawlessly, and honestly, the game still looks kind of good. Although I've started to play on maximum ever since they removed the grass, but medium and 120 FPS is just perfect. So if you are looking for a good option, for a good graphical option to play on, medium 120 FPS is what I recommend, is what I use, and it is how I managed to get to the top of the leaderboard, basically using these options. So yeah. Nowadays I mostly play on 60 because I try to, when I record stuff, I try to make the game look good, you know, to make the game look good and it's more pleasant to watch since it's War Thunder. And for a mobile game, I mean, mobile games have advanced so much. When I was in high school, I had like a smartphone with a 528 MHz processor and no GPU, or it was a Adreno 200 or 100, something like that. It was a potato. Now we have phones with like 3.3 GHz processors and GPUs that are close to, or actually not close, basically desktop performance in your pocket, so kind of scary. Back when I was in high school, that was in the realm of science fiction, because at the time no one believed that smartphones would ever have as much computing power as PCs, and well, people were proving wrong, because they do have so much processing power. It's kind of scary when you think about it. Anyway, 7 kills again. That was a decent match. Not first place, but I'll take it. I cannot complain about the performance at the moment. It's been pretty good. Well then, my thoughts on the T-34-85 S-53. This is a very interesting vehicle, a good vehicle, and it's just a fun vehicle to drive around. If you like medium tanks, then you will definitely enjoy driving this thing around. It is a awesome vehicle. And with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. If you would like to support me, feel free to like and subscribe. And with that being said, stay safe. And as always, I'll see you next time.